So we have Happy Monday and Mercury retrograde all at once. It's really been messing with my business transactions, I can tell you that. But we'll start in centering and standing today. So just come into Tadasana or Samasthiti. Press the balls of your feet, press the soles of your feet into the ground. Send your roots down into the earth, way down. And then draw your awareness back up, all the way up your body and out the top of your head. And take your energy and hook it on a star somewhere out there. And then bring your awareness back to your heart center, over your sternum or in your chest. And just lift up all of your toes and then set them down one at a time, starting with the pinky. And then lift them again, press both feet down, try to stay in center if you can, and then set down all your toes one at a time, starting with the pinky. And then just bring palms into Anjali Mudra. If you feel comfortable closing your eyes while you're standing, you can do that. Just to shut out the world and let you come into silence for a couple of breaths. Become aware of your breathing. Just observe. And let any superficial stresses, any tensions, any anxiety, just let it all fall away. As though the wind's blowing it off of you, let it be blown, like blowing on a dandelion. And become aware of the sensations around your body, muscles and joints. Notice particularly around hip joints and hip muscles, low back. That's what we'll be directing our attention to quite a bit. But notice any sensations that are calling to you for attention. And we'll intend for full and complete healing, whatever needs healing, mind, body, spirit. And we'll attune to breath, working with arms up overhead. So just breathe and lift. Breathe out and lower. And then repeat a few times. Appreciating our breath, the gift of the air beings giving us air, and the gift of our lungs being able to breathe it in and process. And one last round of breath. All right, and separate your feet, mat width apart, and we'll start with some standing twists. Just loosen up. Let your arms kind of pound at your body a little bit to stimulate the circulation. A little pat on your back, pat on your belly. All right, and we'll come back to center. Just with feet hip width apart, and we'll work with chair pose. Breathe, arms parallel to the floor. Breathe out as you lower down. Try to keep knees over the first two toes. Push the floor away and come back up. Breathe. Breathe out as you lower down. Draw your navel in towards your spine. Push off. Breathe out as you lower down. Now, this time, if you'd like, you can bring the weight towards the balls of your feet and just lower down into a deep knee bend. Then press your heels down. Let that propel you up into standing once again. And we'll go once more. Breathe. And lower down. Take a nice bend in the ankle, using the strength of your legs. Now press your heels down to assist you in lifting back up, and bring your arms up overhead. Reach. Separate your feet. If you want to turn on your mat, you're welcome to. And just bring your left arm down and reach up through your right arm. Just take it around 2 or 3 times. And then reverse. Breathe as you lift. Breathe it up. Now just place your left hand on your hip bone. Press. And your feet can turn out, whatever's comfortable for you here. We're just going to go into a side stretch. So just reach up towards the ceiling. Breathe. And press on your hip and come over to the side. Keep the elbow under your shoulder. If you feel a need to loosen up a little bit more, just come up. You can even come over to the other side a little partial distance and come over just to get some movement in. And then when you're ready, come into a hold. I'm going to lose my Kleenex here. Continue to reach and to lower down. Keep your elbow forward. You want to support your body. Breathe. Now just turn and face that left leg and place your hands above your knee and let your hips press away and try to lengthen out in your spine. So you're coming into a straight line here. And just slide your hands down, come down over your leg, wherever your body is ready to go. And we'll come back up. All right. And then bring your right hand on your right hip and breathe your left arm up. Pull up out of your hip, up out of your ankles. Press on your hip bone, elbow forward, and come over. See how it feels. Lift up, breathe. Come over, exhale over. And then keep the body aligned, front and center, elbow under your shoulder, press and reach through your left arm and allow the stretch. I can feel this on the psoas muscles, especially the iliacus. That's the one that lines the inside of your iliac crest. At least that's what it feels like to me. Now, we didn't take this arm around, so we'll do it here. Just circling around with that arm 3 times each direction, as big a circle as you can make. Back into your stretch. Legs are working. Now we're just going to turn towards that leg with your hands above your knee initially. Make sure you're working the legs, your quads, you lift your kneecaps. Keep pressing feet into the ground and then lower down into a stretch over your leg, wherever your body will go. All right, and then we'll come back up and face front. Bring your feet in for Malasana, opening the hips and the low back. Just press the knee open. And we'll come into center. Press your elbows against your knees or thighs, palms together. Reach up through your crown and draw thumbs into your sternum. See if you can touch and just loosen up in your hip joints. See how this feels. Okay, so we're going to try a little froggy jump type thing, okay? So bring your hands forward, take your legs out to the back, and then bring them back, hop back into where you were, and come into Malasana, reach, jump, and back in. You can speed it up or slow it down according to your need and desire. And I'm going to turn off the heat now. All right, one final hold in Malasana as you're ready. All right, now slide your hands forward, lift your hips, come into downward facing dog. Now bring your left leg forward into pigeon. Reach back with the back leg. Just lift up in your torso. Shoulder blades down your back. And then to come out of it, go back into downward facing dog. And now bring your right leg in. Make sure your knee is facing the floor on the back leg. Lift in your body, lift in your ribs, your chest into an arch. And come back into downward facing dog. Press on your palms. This time, bring your left leg forward for sun pose. Stretch through the back heel. Lift your chin, honoring the sun's light. We'll come into a gentle twist. Lift your left arm. Relax in your hips. Now press firmly with your right hand. Come onto the outer edge of your right foot. Walk your left leg back and come into your side plank. And come back into downward facing dog. And step the right leg forward into sun pose. Allow the hips to relax. Press through the back heel and stretch that leg. And into our twist, lifting your right arm up. Relax the hips down. Spread out the fingers on your left hand. Press the palm down. Come onto the outer edge of the back foot and start to move your right leg down. Come into your side plank. Breathe. And back into front plank. Let your knees down. Pull back into a puppy stretch. And if you need to circle around in your wrists, you can place your elbows on the floor and just circle around, stretch and loosen up. Fingers. And slide your arms forward into puppy. Draw your sternum towards the ground. Stretch your shoulders and just reach a little bit here. And pull back and just bring your palms onto the mat. Come forward with your hips. Tops of your feet can rest on the mat. Ah, coming into an arch in your back. Lengthen away from your hips. Shoulder blades down. Engage your hips, maybe 20% to protect your low back. Bend your elbows and reach the pubic triangle towards the mat. Open the chest and shoulders into Cobra, Bhujangasana. Keep lengthening in your spine so you're not grinding any cartilage or vertebra. Use your arms, feel the heat come in, breathe. And press back into child's pose. Give it a rest. Bring palms next to your knees and lift. Just arrange yourself so that you come over onto your right hip. Bring your left leg around for a deeper twist than the standing twist we did earlier. Press both sitting bones into the mat. Notice your hips here. How do they feel? That hip joint and your hip muscles, even down into your hamstring muscles. You might feel it there. Low back. But reach up through your sternum, through your crown, and wrap your Right arm around, scoop your left arm out and breathe it up, reach. Open into turning to the side and bring your arm down, palm close to your back, close to your hip. Look over your shoulder. Now, there's something you can play with here. I don't know if you've tried it before or not, but as you use your right arm, bring the upper arm so you're using it for leverage to hold your leg in place, and then see if you can reach your knee. Be your right knee. And now release that right arm, press both sitting bones down, hold on to your leg, and breathe as you reach up through your left arm and come around to center. We'll just lean back and switch sides. Compare this side to the first side. See if there's more tension or less. And then holding on with your arm or hand, reach, scoop your right arm up, lift up through your crown, reach around, facing to the side, and palm down behind you. Use your upper arm, your shoulder, to press that knee around and see if you can reach your left knee. Look over your shoulder and breathe. And we'll come out now. Release the knee. Reach your right arm up next to your ear. And then come around front and center. Release your legs out. And come down onto your back. Just bring your knees into your chest to stretch your back. Open your arms out to the side and just take your knees side to side a couple times. Just loosen up after your twist, your deeper twist. And then come to center, bring your feet onto the floor, arms at your sides, palms up. Slide your left leg out on a diagonal, and then your right leg. Bring your shoulder blades under, bring your hips under, and allow your body to heal. Allow your mind to heal. Allow your spirit to be completely healed. Relax deeper and deeper. And start now to recognize the rejuvenation and the healing that has occurred as you release tension and accept gifts from the universe of healing, love, transformation. Become aware of the sounds in the room or the more distant sounds. Become aware of your body as a unit resting on the ground. Opening and blossoming more and more all the time. Bring some little moves into the fingers, toes, hanging on to the relaxation or the awareness of it at least. And then just stretch your arms up overhead, all the way back to the floor. And stretch out long, flex and point your toes, your heels, ankles. Reach through your shoulders, draw your low back down against the floor. And then on your next major exhale, bring your arms back to your sides. Lift your knees. Draw them in with your palms or by wrapping your arms around your legs. And if you wish, it's optional. You can bring your head up to meet your knees. Then come over onto one side. And press up into sitting. Bring your hands into your favorite mudra to seal in the benefits and the energies. Remembering the healing. Remember who you are. And bring palms together in Anjali Mudra. And may all healing, all joy be with you constantly. So enjoy the rest of your evening. Namaste.
That was wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, good.
I feel great.
Just what the doctor ordered?
Yep.
Awesome.